if that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is...
Tyler, and I'm going to touch your hand when I say this. Go put on your wigs and your heels and come back to me woman to woman, because you are speaking from a viewpoint you have never lived out of, honey bunch, okay? You have all this unresolved trauma with your own father, which is why you struggle to hold black men accountable. You yourself have to cosplay a black woman and pander to white America for 30 fucking years just to become the multimillionaire that you are. What I see right now is a gaslighting page right out of Oprah's book. You're scared because you just got this studio and the writers are on strike that when we come back from all of this shit, black women are no longer going to tune into you because we have healed past the point of accepting this type of bullshit as entertainment. I'm willing to bet your entire net worth that you can't make a movie or a television show without the concept of struggle of somebody got to be on the brink of divorce, somebody mama got to have cancer, somebody has to have a wicked baby mama from fucking hell. What I heard was black women should take care of black men and stop expecting black men to be able to take care of them, which makes perfect sense coming from you because you created Medea to sustain Tyler, did you not? I'd have made it better had you turned around and said, black men, you need to learn how to submit to black women, because I'm not going to be the provider and he gets to be the motherfucking lead. He's not leading me into debt. I make enough money for me, but now you telling me I gotta feed 2 mouths? If I could afford it without you, I should be able to afford it 2 times over when I get with you. You would think after painting the black community in such a negative light for the last 30 years, you yourself would know that black men are the most insufferable people on the planet when they don't have any fucking funds. If black women wanted to settle for something less than what we're deserving of, we would simply audition for one of the roles that you pressed.
Picture this. He's amazing. He's incredible. He's thoughtful. He's loving. He's kind. He's monogamous. He's all those things. He can only pay the light bill, though. Still sound like a catch? Tyler Perry seems to think so.
If that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you pay the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, we are not about to have struggle love, be glorified. I don't care if a man is a good man. That doesn't mean that he's the right man for you. Maybe I, as a woman, don't want to be the primary breadwinner. Is that okay? Am I allowed to say that I want a provider? It's funny to me how women are always expected to settle and meet a man where he is and just look at a man's heart, but they look at your face. They look at your body. Just the other day, I posted a video about this guy that was like, oh man, she's perfect when you're loved the right way by the wrong woman. She just doesn't look the way I want her to look. Oh man. Another man said, I think she's a cool woman. I just don't like her face. So they can look at your face and body, but you're supposed to look at their heart? No, I'm looking at that wallet too, sir. I don't want to be the primary breadwinner. I don't want to be the one who is in charge of all the bills. You can be a nice guy, but you may not be the nice guy for me. A teenager can pay a light bill. Like a teenager with a little part-time job at McDonald's can pay their own phone bill. No, as a grown man, I'm expecting more. And I don't care if it is Tyler Perry. I said what I said. A grown man should be able to take care of himself. I'm not his mommy. I'm his mate. So if that's all he can do, let him find somebody else who's willing to do it. Pick somebody else. This ain't nothing but the whole bus driver thing all over again. Why can't you get with a bus driver? Maybe because I don't want to. Is that all right? Maybe because I don't want to. This man who also thinks he's too good, no BBLs, no weaves, no eyelashes, no makeup. They got a list as long as their doggone arm about what they don't want. But as soon as a woman says she wants a provider, man, what's going on? If he can only pay a light bill, but he's a good guy, let somebody else be with that good guy who can only pay the light bill. And let me also say this. If all he has is light bill money, he's not working hard enough. Because there's no way that I'm out here paying the mortgage and the car note and all these different bills, paying all the utilities except for the light bill. But that's all you can seem to scrounge up. You need that hustle gene. You don't have enough hustle in you. You don't have what it takes to lead a family. Because what if something happens and I can't work? We can't survive off a light bill, man.
A lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. Black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill, as long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you pay the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is.
If I were a black man, I would be absolutely confused at Tyler Perry, because what are you doing right now, sir? Why are you trying to say I'm not capable of paying a mortgage and that I can only do a light bill? That's essentially what he's saying. Forget black women, needing to be humble, I don't subscribe to that. Like, if I hear someone say that, that's none of my business. Like, that's really none of my business. What we need to focus on is why Tyler Perry thinks that black men can only do lights bill. Like, every day, there's a new thing black women should put up with. I'm so sorry. I'm someone's child too. Listen. I did not go down to Philadelphia to get my degree from the University of Pennsylvania to come and handle mortgage for someone to then say they love me so much they could pay a $200 light bill for me. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, sir, wait there. Why, dear part? Thank you so much for this light bill that you paid. What? I'm somebody's child too. Hey, don't my parents love me? Why would I put up with such a thing? My parents love me. He is really trying to speak to the characters of his movies, because who are you saying that to? Not me. I am loved.
Once again, I am in my black apartment minding my black business. And I wake up to find out I'm on baller alert because of Tyler Perry. So let's go ahead and break this down real quick. So there's a whole video. I'm sure you already heard about it already. Go watch it if you haven't. And Jasmine already broke this down, but these are the 15 seconds I really want to drive home.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill, as long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you handle the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then, that is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's fine. You know what's not fine, Mr. Perry? It's not fine that with your big black platform, you decided to get up on that couch and try to convince and condition black women to be okay with less instead of encouraging black men to do more. You know what else ain't fine? That you are a black man that went from being homeless to owning BET. What an inspiration you are. And instead of saying, black men, you could do it too, you said, black women, y'all better pay that mortgage and be okay with him paying that light bill. And I just really want to understand, why is the message always black women get used to less instead of black men do more, even from the black men who have done more? Now, of course, there are situations where this setup makes sense, where the woman might be the higher earner, but the man is still working, he's still striving, he's still showing effort, he's not complacent. Like, he probably don't got it all right now, but he's getting it, and whatever he's getting makes him satisfied. And that's the very rare secure situation that he's speaking of. But what I've seen more times than not is that men who do not have their money together are insufferable creatures, like unhappy and uncomfortable when they're unable to provide. And that uncomfortability within themselves begins to seep into the relationship. And that ego starts getting beat up. And so that's why I say the messaging needs to change. Don't talk to black women. We gonna love regardless. Our love is abundant. We gonna love whoever we want to love anyway. But the help we need, Mr. Perry, we need adequate counterparts, both financially and emotionally. And let me say one more thing. We are in a recession. We need help. I had a black man tell me, well, this is what y'all fought for. Y'all fought for equality. Yeah, we fought for equality because we wanted to have our own money and contribute our ideas to society. But this ain't equal. We become the top dogs. That's not really what we envisioned. So, Mr. Perry, please stop forcing this narrative on us of struggle love in your plays, in your movies, in your interviews, and targeting black women because no other women of any race is forced this narrative upon. We also deserve to feel covered. We also deserve to feel secured. We also deserve to experience effort. And I would really appreciate if a man of your magnitude and stature Would highlight and honor more stories like that. And I'm a writer, so if you need some help, holla. Okay? Thank you for your time.
Successful. But for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love.
Well, sir, it's called accountability. I'm going to make this very simple. If black women for this generation and the previous generation have been providing for their household, why would they seek to settle to then get harassed for not submitting to their man when their man cannot lead and provide for the house? Let me break it down again. It's not about the financials. But if your man can only pay the light bill, more chances than not, that man is unmotivated and probably a bum. So why does the black woman have to settle and then again turn around and get harassed for not being submissive to their man? The man needs to take accountability in leading and elevating their life so that we can get back to the man providing for the house. It's very simple.
A boy that's raised by his mother is a very, very, very emotional man.
Very.
And I've seen them all over the internet. They get very emotional. They'll kill you over nothing because they've learned to be emotional from a woman. They don't know how to balance emotions. Because you see one thing about men, when men parent, they parent off of like logic. So children can see the emotional parent.
And you go up and ask the mom and dad as well.
So a woman will be like, stop doing this now. But the man will just be like, yo, let me see you do that again. You see that? You didn't even have to shout. Let me see you do that again.
That's why these little guys shout so much.
Let me see you do that again if you're bad.
Pictures of their deadbeat baby daddies. And so let's just go through a couple of them and see if any of them gave active father. Let's just play a game, okay? So what about this gave active daddy? I just want to know. Like, and a lot of these men have multiple baby mamas. I'm talking 3+. Okay. What about this gave longevity, long-term relationship, marriage, commitment, active dad? What about this photo? Please tell me. Because us normal folks with brains, we can look at this photo and like, yeah, absolutely not. There's no way y'all looked at some of these pictures and some of these men and was like, yeah, he's going to make a great father for sure. There's no way. You will not lie to me. You will not lie to me. Absolutely not. Like, what gave active dad? Like, tell me. Like, to us normal folk, this is not a shocker. This is not a shocker. I just don't understand. What could these men have told you to make you assume that they were going to be present active dads? Because none of this give great father. Like, I don't understand. A lot of y'all were not manipulated. You weren't scammed. Y'all just messed around with losers unprotected and thought you were going to get an active dad somehow. Like, just look at the type of men you're sleeping with. Look at the quality of men you're sleeping with, and you thought you were going to get an active dad. I don't understand. What of these photos said, come have a baby with me because I'm going to be active father to them? I don't understand. Like, is the father in the room with us? Is active dad in the room with us? I don't see it. You will not lie to me and say these men manipulated and scammed you. Because I can look at them and say, yeah, no, probably not. Probably not a good idea. Probably not a good idea. And mind you, these women posted the pictures of their baby daddies themselves. So either y'all are completely blind and slow and you just sleep with anyone, or maybe y'all just hope and pray that the scammers and drug dealers that y'all love will somehow commit to you. Because none of this gives active dad. Like, what could this man have told you to make you assume that he was going to be an active daddy? What could he have told you? Like, especially a lot of these men have more than 3 baby mamas. Why would you think you were the one? Why did you think that? Please tell me. I'm waiting. Now, some women do their due diligence. Some women do get manipulated. Some women do get dealt bad cards. But that's not a lot of you, okay? It's not. A lot of y'all don't lead with the idea that y'all are actually looking for an active father, a man that's going to actually be in the home. A lot of y'all lead with the idea that y'all are trying to get your rocks off. And because y'all are not leading, right, correctly, doing your due diligence, you get caught up in these situations, right, with deadbeat fathers like that. But a lot of us can see that in any scenario, this man would not have been an active dad in any scenario. So then you want us, the people, to believe that you were scammed, you were lied to. No, you did not do your due diligence.
Yeah. So in this case, you did set yourself up for single parenthood, because why would you sleep with a man like that thinking you were going to get an active dad? Why did you think that? Why would you assume that? Especially a lot of these men have multiple kids they're not taking care of. What made you think you were the one? This is what we call delusion. Okay. And it's time we hold women accountable for it. Right? Because in order for us to see change, we have to call out the BS. And if we're going to continue to ignore it and continue to coddle women, we will continue to see the same mistakes. We're going to see young girls.
Dudes want to go half on a bill, but they want to go whole on some pussy. They want 50% of your money and 100% of your motherfucking pussy and your labor.
You know, it's hilarious when you live a soft life on the solo, stress-free, may I add. And then you got folks over there trying to bother you while you minding your business because they horny and they can't keep their dick in their pants. And now they want access to your kitty cat. Make it make sense. You speaking to someone on a celibacy wave, baby. Now they over here trying to convince me to give them the opportunity to penetrate my pussy. How is that even a good idea? What benefit is that? 98% of women don't even experience an orgasmic pleasure. It sounds like you're trying to have me do some physical labor. And I see why some women charge for their service, because you gotta be a damn fool to get on your hands and knees like you scrubbing the floors for free. Be the pimp, not the prostitute. The game is rigged.
And this is, I feel like, a really important message to get out to men. Mm-hmm. Because I do believe that a lot of men have the perspective that you have, which is bring that 50. And I think men have to understand what that means and what you get when you expect a woman to bring 50%. Like, I can bring 50.
Yeah.
And I know women who can bring 60, 70.
Okay.
Okay. But as a man, do you really want what 50 plus brings? Because 50 plus brings a lot of energy. It doesn't bring neck energy. It's bringing head energy. And so when we talk about women being the neck, men being the head, right? Like it's bringing more head energy. And so understand that, right? If you want a woman to bring the table and then some to the table, you get what you pay for, literally.
That is true.
It's like nothing is good enough. They can be in a situation with a guy, it can be good, but I'm gonna find something else to feel like, oh, I have a feeling that this ain't it. What give you this feeling? Oh, because I saw something and it made me think you were doing something.
Or even if you ain't doing nothing, we've seen the stories time and time again, you could be doing everything right. It just ain't her happiness.
Yeah,
it ain't her
happiness. It be like this. He a good guy. I'm not happy with him because he's too good. I need a guy who a little rough. I can make
some
him,
excitement.
I can make him a little good.
Do you think you've ever met a woman who was satisfied?
It was never enough.